positions. Got a little space. Brings him to the open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the...
And he's got it inside the 35. All kinds of room to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And they talked about his speed all week, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to see it. You see that young man out wide, man. He can fly, and he runs right by the defense. They take a shot early, Palmer. They find the speedster, and he finds the end zone.
And I think the defensive coordinator right now is just kicking himself because you're right. I mean, they watched film all week long. You've seen this guy torch defenses. You cannot play coverages that allow this guy to take the top off and get behind your back line. That right there is just a big mistake defensively, a bad call, and kudos to the offense for finding the matchup and making them pay.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Might be calling a hot route. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. RPO complete to open the drive. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Here's Arch to throw. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Finds a tight end down the gut. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Arch Madness. Makes the catch. It's Brown. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient, and when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Brown. Ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They'll give it to Brown. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Might be changing the route. Let him go. Throwing Manning. The quick out. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Big guy smells it. Into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Yeah, Reese, this is the part of the field where the tight ends become such a big part, right? The big size. I'm going to isolate these guys, find a way to get good matchups. You could tell they did it there, and the result, 6 points.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass.
Number 96, set to kick this one. 6-6.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. We got a tight one early, and they go back on the attack, holding a 7-6 lead. Finding open areas. There he goes. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hendy were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have 2 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on offense.
The Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. the 30-yard line. Takes a handoff. It smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try it again. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Offense changing the play. Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Got the quick pass. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Well, that's one that DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. They'll leave it with him. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Just feeds the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
They booted away on 4th down. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And the Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to run it. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. And when I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
On the ground, it's Smothers. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Running inside. It's Beebe. Shakes off the defender. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Pressure coming. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Smacks him with the stiff arm. Runs through a man. He might have some space. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. force a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job on the defense covering that thing up.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. On the run, it's Smothers. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Right back to the well. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Play action, here's Manning. Going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but
he lofts one down the sideline. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Quarterback making adjustments. Third down from the gun, Manning. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Makes a catch. They will score. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for room. It's Beebe. At the 35, he's open. They make the stop, but he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Pocket breaking down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Arch is going to throw for it. Unleashes one deep. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And That's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situations by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. It's them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead. That gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
And the extra point is good. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellows, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 8 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Mountaineers with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And it brings them to a sparkling 4-0 on the year. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front seven are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
Give to the running back. Picks up the first down. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
On the run, it's Smothers.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. On target. Lowers those pads. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Manning. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Art's going to spin it again. Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. And that's exactly where the quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people.
Touchdown, Longhorn! Right on the money, makes the grab in the end zone. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches and the score. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Snagged in the middle, it's Becker. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Hoosiers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He stopped just short of the 25 at the 24-yard line, but it will be a first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Hoosiers will snap it on first and 10. This time he wants to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Got it in the middle, it's Becker. Breaks free. Completion for the first down, and man, did he take a shot, and I think they're going to tack a little more onto that one. They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day. A little carried away with that roughing penalty. The run inside. It's Beebe. There's a crease. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that? Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back into the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit whole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They go play action with Manning. Lets it fly on the move. Makes a deep grab. Just what they needed. Huge explosive play as he takes it to the 33.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Rides to the back. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. As we head for the final period, let's check out how these two quarterbacks are doing. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
And obviously you're trying to catch him off guard, but it didn't work. I'm not a fan of fake punts. I'd rather put my offense on the field and guys that do this for a living all the time and are really good at it, but he tried the sneak attack, and it did not work.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. To the air, it's Hoover. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get...
Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Indiana!
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To throw, Manning. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on third down. Right on the money. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Here's Arch to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
So now it's second and long. A give to Brown. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Manning from the gun on third down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
An offense has practiced the situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Run in the red zone. It's Brown. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They've been very good at moving the chains on third down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Into the end zone, and he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And I don't blame this offense at all for throwing the football down here. Like, you can trust, he's already got 4 touchdown passes on the day. He's proven he's trustworthy. Nice job by the defense, not getting fooled again. They've had a bad day, but that was a good play.
They'll run it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Nickelback on the field, looking pass as they try to keep this a 1-possession game in the 4th. Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Back's got it.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! Putting that 3 on the board makes it a 2-score game.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Giving up that last field goal really ratchets up the sense of urgency for the offense on this drive. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. With the catch, it's Preston. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Hoosiers will hustle to the line. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.